Hello everyone, welcome to another data analytics tutorial at Slidescope on our YouTube channel Colors Tech. In this data, we will analyze London bike share usage analysis with Python and Python pandas. So the data that we have got here is this London bike share usage data from Kaggle from this URL, and this dataset can be used for time series forecasting, geospatial analysis, customer behavior analysis, predictive maintenance, and multivariate analysis. So in this part of this video, we will just do some exploratory analysis. So let's get started. This is for beginners, so I will explain every line of code that I am doing here. So first of all, we'll import pandas SPD of course for data processing because we have to read the data. I have downloaded this file. It's 25 MB file. After extracting, it becomes close to 100 MB. And here it is saved on my computer on this particular URL, on this particular path. So I have downloaded it. Now after doing this, we will just write df.head to print the top 5 rows. As here you can see, we have number, start date, start station number, start station, end date, end station number, end station, bike number, bike model, total duration, and total duration in ms. So again, the whole purpose of this video is for educational purpose and for different type of analysis we mentioned in the starting of the video. First, there are some basic things that you have to always do while performing EDA. Just do df.info. This will give you an information if any column has null values. As you can see, total 776527 entries are there, and here you can see 5 to 7 entries are there, and same number of non-null entries are there. So 7,76,527, that's how we call this number. So every other column has these many rows, so we don't have to worry about it. Now the start date is object, start station, and end date is object, which it should not be, right? So start date and end date should be like date time. So this is one thing that we always have to do when the file is given in a CSV format, and in the CSV format we have a column which represents date. So, and when you will read it, or when pandas will read it, so it will consider it as a string or object as it is written. So there are two ways of doing this. Either we can import a new library, date time, and change its date time, or there is one simple trick here. You can do parse underscore dates is equal to, and here you have to create a list. So what you are doing is, after reading the file, you will tell that this particular column is a date time and this particular column is a date time. So you will just provide these column names in the list. What this will do is it will pass these columns as dates. Let's see. So it is loading. I'll just pause the video. It is loaded. Now let's do df head. You can see now the data is being read a bit differently over here, right? And when you will do the df info once again, you will see that it is date time. So if you have to do time series forecasting or time series analysis in any data, then you must change these dates into the exact date format. If it was an Excel file, then in 90% of the cases Excel file will read it as a date value. Now let's move ahead, and now we have this information here you can see we have total duration, and when you will see total duration is like 16 minutes 46 seconds and so on. So what we'll do, we'll try to convert this into seconds. I'm just writing an heading here. So we'll convert total duration to a total second format for easier analysis. For that, what we are doing is we will take df, or what we can do is, because I'm referring to another notebook here, so I'll insert one code above and I'll say that df is equal to bike data, so that I don't have to change the variables again. Sorry, bike data is equal to df. So, yeah. Now when I'll do bike data is our data. Now what it will do is, it will, from bike data, it will take total duration ms and it will divide it by 1000 and it will change to total duration seconds. Okay, so let's do this. And now when we will write bike data dot head, you will see that it is changed to seconds. Okay, so that's what we have done here. Now we will try to graphically analyze this data, and in order to graphically, or for graphical analysis, we will import two basic libraries here. One is pyplot as plt from matplotlib, another is seaborn as sns. So both of these libraries are very common libraries, and we have dedicated tutorials about these libraries on our channel. So just for reference, we have this course here where you can learn Python pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, read csv, sql, json, html, other type of data sets here. So here we have the entire course content. I will provide this link in the description. It's optional. If you want, you can get everything at one place. Otherwise, let's get started with our analysis. So we have imported these libraries which we'll use for plotting graphs. So we will analyze the frequency of bike rentals across different start stations. So we can call it any variable. It is a start station counts. In the data set we have, we'll select a start station. So this is start station number and start station name, and this is the end station number and end station name. What we are doing, so after importing our graphical analysis libraries, that is matplotlib, pyplot and seaborn, we will try to analyze the frequency of bike rentals across different start stations. So as you can see here, the name of start stations: Kennington Lane Rail Bridge, Kennington Lane Rail Bridge. So if a value appears particular number of times, in a column, so we can count how many times a particular value has appeared in a column, right? And this will give us frequency of appearance of that particular value. So which start station has most values, right? Simply, so in the start station column, for that what we can do is, we can take our bike data, put a square bracket, single square bracket, will select a list, we'll do start station, and we will do dot value underscore counts. So this will give us this information. Okay, if you want to see how many different or distinct start stations are there, 800. So Hyde Park Corner, Black Lion Gate, Waterloo Station 3, these are some top stations. What we can do is, from this list of data, we can take head 20. So this will give us top 20 stations with their name and number of times someone has shared a bike from this start station or started bike sharing from this start station. So now we have this data and we can store it in a variable. So we can call it start station points or whatever you want to call it. Let's call it start station counts. Then we'll just plot this data. So we are keeping a figure size of 15 by 8. TLT dot figure fig size is equal to this. Start station count dot plot. Whatever this value is, we can plot this value. Type of plot, we can do either bar H or bar. Bar for vertical bars, bar H for bar horizontal. Color is sky blue or whatever color you want, and let's say cyan. And title is top 20 start stations by number of rentals. X label, Y label. This code was actually available somewhere, so we are just using that code to explain it to the students who requested this. So here you can see we have this data, and this graph is simply representing which particular station or top 20 start stations by number of rentals. This simply indicates that Hyde Park Corner is the top start station by number of rentals. In the similar way, we can also find out the end station. So let's do it separately. So as we found start station, we can find that obviously Hyde Park Corner was the top start station, but it is also top end station. So this is the data. I just want to confirm. Yeah, this data is different. So this here you can see frequency of bike rental across different end stations. This was a simple graph to explain how we can plot a graph when we have counted values. Now we will try to analyze number of bike rentals by hour of the day. Okay, so when you will look at the data, here we have a start date and time, end date and time, bike number, total duration. Okay, so from this start date and from this end date, we will be able to find hour of the day. Okay, how can we do that? So in order to do that, just select your column name. Let's say start date. So bike data square bracket start date dot dt dot r. So this will give us hour of every start date. Okay, and what we can do is we can save it bike data hour of day or hour, whatever you want to call it. So we are creating a new column here called R, and we are saving this value. Okay, now when we will do bike data dot head, you will see that we have these R's. Okay, obviously these are the first 5 values, so we are seeing R0, but suppose we want to see value count of R also, because it is repeated several number of times. So we will do value underscore counts. This is very useful method for exploratory analysis. So you can see 17th hour is used most of the time. So people have started at the 17th hour mostly, and 17th and 18th hour are the hours at which people have started mostly. So same way we have found hour, we can find out day and day of week also. So day of week, we can call it day name using this dt property, and using this dt property, if you will just call it day, this will give you name of the day. So let me show you what data we will have. Bike data dot head, and here you will see we have day of week Tuesday and day 1. Okay, so this way you will be able to find out day, and as we have done this data, we can call it day. So you can see 9, 16, 23, these are the mostly used values. And if we'll just use day of week, so Wednesday is the day which is most frequently used here in a start date. So this is what we can find out, and now we can create graphs of these found values. Now as you can see, we have day here. Obviously days can be starting from 1 to 31. So what we can do here is, we can all, when we have repeated values, so we can do group by. Okay, and in group by we can use size method to find out this value. So what I am saying is bike data dot group by day. This will just create a group for us and just write size. So this will give you information of how many times day 1, size of day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. And as we plotted the data earlier, we will save this group by day size into daily counts. We'll keep the same figure size, and we'll use the plot method of pandas. Kind is equal to line here. In the previous case we used bar h. We are using the marker as O, which is a dot, and line style as this hyphen, and color as orange. You can choose any other color, and we are giving the graph a title, X label and Y label, and this will give us a data like this. You can do 12 by 3 just to see. It will also give us a graph like this. So from here you can see bike rentals by day of August 2023, because this data belongs to this particular period of time. Here on the first day, 9th day, we have peaks here, which we can already see here, like on the 9th day. So from this graph we can easily find it out. When we do value counts, it automatically arranges the value. Okay, so suppose we have to do similar kind of thing for week also. So what we can do is, we just have to take the name of day of week, take the name of the column, and group by is very useful method, and size will give us this value. So you can see it is arranged randomly here. What we can do is, we can sort this as day progresses. So in data like this, where this is a series output, in series output this is the index and this is the value. So we can use re-index here, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the actual index that we use always. So we can re-index this. After re-indexing this, we can simply plot this. We can use these things here also, like quick size is equal to 12 comma 3 or 4, and you can see. So which is giving, as we saw, most values were on Wednesday. So it is giving us this data. Suppose we want some colors here, so we can write colors is equal to O R Y G B cyan 1 2 3 4 5 6, one more. Let's say you can also use any HTML color code. This is just to give you an example that we can use HTML color codes also here. So let's copy this code. Hashtag. This is a hexadecimal code of a color, which is this color. So you can bring custom colors to your plots. So we can just name the colors like orange, R for red, Y for yellow, green, blue, cyan. So it understands, initial letters of some colors, and for others we can use their first letters, and we can also use the hexadecimal color codes. Let's plot this and we can get this data. So this was the first part. We have done some exploratory analysis here. In the second part, we'll create more visuals. We'll create heat map of hourly rentals and all. So please stay tuned and please subscribe to this channel so that when we'll upload more videos related to data analysis with Python, data analysis with Power BI or any other method, you will get notification, and if you think that video is of your use, you can watch that.